See the world by train. This time we'll travel through the continent of Africa, from the Mediterranean Sea to the Sahara Desert to the great expanse of wild savanna. Its rich and diverse scenery awaits us. Wild animals abound. Ruins of ancient history mix with modern and vigorous cities with complex cultural backgrounds. We'll visit 3 of the Islamic nations in North Africa: Morocco, Tunisia, and Egypt. The trains in Kenya and Uganda run through the savannah in East Africa. This luxurious train of South Africa is also known as a 5-star hotel on wheels. Let's begin with a journey in the northwest corner of the African continent through Morocco. Our departure point is the city of Marrakesh. This exotic and boisterous city is the epitome of Morocco itself. First inhabited by the native Berbers, it then saw the influx of the Arabs, who brought with them the Islamic religion. Then came the French. The mixture of different cultures resulted in the fascinating vigor of this city, foretelling the excitement of our journey through the country. Jemaa El Fna Square, located in the center of the city, attracts hordes of people as the night deepens. The sun rises, and Marrakesh Station readies itself for the departure of the express train bound for Casablanca. We will now head east and travel through Casablanca and Fez, all the way to the Algerian border. The Moroccan Railroad has about 1,200 miles of track in total, more than half of which has been electrified. It takes 3.5 hours to Casablanca. Beyond the windows, the scorched earth of the vast plains extends endlessly. Inside, in the comfort of the first-class compartment, we meet this Berber woman. She has quite an intricate pattern on her hands. According to her, this is a traditional way that the Berbers decorate themselves. It is past noon when we arrive at Casablanca. Casa Voyageur station in Casablanca. This beautiful railroad station is reminiscent of Islamic mosques. Morocco, being an Islamic nation, even in the middle of a trip, the daily prayer cannot be missed. Off the platform, transient passengers gather and perform the obligatory prayer, only to part with one another at once and for good. We transfer to a different train and leave Casablanca. One of the pleasures of traveling by train is the local food vendors bring to you. This traditional bread called harsha is everybody's favorite in Morocco. We switch trains again at Rabat, the capital of Morocco. The train runs on, and it isn't until dusk that we finally arrive at Fez. This oldest city in Morocco was established in the year 808. Many Islamic dynasties prospered from that time on, letting the city grow and sprawl little by little. It was thus that Fez came to be the labyrinth it is now, unparalleled in its complexity and mystery. Once beyond this gate, you are in Fez al-Bali, or Old Fez, the world-famous labyrinth inhabited by 300,000 people. Alleys continue to branch off, multiplying themselves interminably, until suddenly they hit a dead end. Don't be too enthralled by the colorful storefronts, or you won't know the way back out. In these narrow and winding alleys, freight transportation is literally shouldered by donkeys. Even this ancient and timeless city is not completely devoid of traffic accidents, apparently. Our railroad journey in Morocco continues on eastward, from Fez to Oujda, where Morocco borders Algeria. The 220 miles to Oujda will now be covered by a diesel engine. The tracks skirt the mountains of Rif on the south side, enabling us to enjoy the undulating, dynamic view through the windows. About 6 hours from Fez, the train brings us to Oujda. Oujda, meaning the city of fear in Arabic, is a city on the Algerian border, with a population of about 260,000. The area surrounded by brown ramparts is Medina, the Old Town. Inside the walls, men and women clad in traditional and modern fashion crowd the store-lined streets, filling them with colors. Our next journey is through Tunisia, the northernmost country in Africa. From the 9th century through the 2nd century BC, here was a country called Carthage, which prospered in the Mediterranean trade. These ruins are all that are left of it. Battles were repeated over and over for the dominance of the Mediterranean Sea. The Romans, the Arabs, the Osmanlis, and the French in turn ruled this strategic land on the Mediterranean until in 1956 the Republic of Tunisia was established. Early in the morning, the train bound for Gabes leaves Tunis, the capital of Tunisia. Tunisia's railroad, 1,337 miles in length, was built under the French colonial rule. We arrive at Sousse, the third largest city in Tunisia. Old ramparts still surround it. West of Sousse lies Kairouan, the holy city of Tunisia. There are as many as 50 mosques in this city alone, the oldest one dating back to the 9th century. It is believed that a certain number of visits to this city can substitute a pilgrimage to Mecca. Leaving Sousse behind, we head further south. Approaching El Jem station, gigantic ruins come into sight. This is the world's 6th largest amphitheater from the Roman era. This amphitheater was built in 230 AD by the Romans, who wanted to convince the Berbers that their empire was not in decay. Here, as many as 30,000 spectators would enthuse over gladiators fighting each other, or one fighting against a lion. Through the vast expanse of an olive field, the train rumbles along. 170 miles away from Tunis, Sfax has the biggest port in Tunisia. Every morning, tons of fish, fresh from the Mediterranean, are brought to the port. These are the local people's favorite, sharks. They're cooked in tomato-flavored sauce. Following their Islamic religion, once a year, people in Tunisia go on a month-long fast called Ramadan. Men who abstained from eating and drinking during the day come out in the streets in the evening. They gather at cafes and relax for the rest of the evening, puffing at water pipes called shisha. We move on down south. On the dry and scorched plain, all is motionless, but for the shepherds who are scattered here and there. Presently, the azure of the Mediterranean Sea comes into view through the windows. The last stop on this line is Gabez. We are now only hours away from Jerba Island, which is the largest resort in Tunisia. "213 mosques are mingled with palm trees that soar high on Jerba Island. Tourists bathe in the ancient sun. The blissfulness of this island was recounted in Homer's Odyssey. Travelers find consolation and rest here as they did ages ago. Our next journey takes us to Egypt, the land of the Nile. Dawn breaks in Cairo, the capital of Egypt. Cairo has a population of 20 million. The central station, named after the ancient pharaohs, the Ramses, suffers the same rush hour crowd as Tokyo. Our destination is Aswan Station, the southernmost station in Egypt, which is 555 miles away. We depart Cairo by express train. Not long after departure, the train crosses none other than the Nile, the greatest of all rivers. Commuters, however, remain indifferent. Today's newspaper appears to be of more interest to the local people than this renowned river, abundant with history. After a short while, the train arrives at Giza, 8 miles away from Cairo. Here, 3 pyramids stand next to each other, memorializing Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure, respectively, 3 pharaohs from about 4,500 years ago. The train rumbles on southward through the 12-mile-wide green belt nourished by the Nile. The last stop for this train is Asyut, about 230 miles away from Cairo. Now we transfer to a night train and continue on south. Removed from Cairo by more than 400 miles, we have now come to Luxor, the city of marvelous ruins. 3,600 years ago, Luxor, then called Thebes, was the prosperous capital of Egypt. Luxor developed on both sides of the Nile. The west side of the river is the city of the dead. Queen Hatshepsut and many other pharaohs lie in eternal slumber inside the numerous tombs here. On the east side, the Karnak Temples complex reflects itself on the waters of the Nile, as if to boast of the authority of the successive pharaohs, even now. At the end of the 550-mile ride from Cairo, we finally arrive at Aswan. Switching to a local train, we move on further south. Most of the passengers on this train are Sudanese. Having earned some money in Egypt, they are all returning home to their neighboring country. The last stop is El Saad El Ali. Here they bid farewell to Egypt. After going through the passport inspection, they board a boat. Once they cross Lake Nasser in a day-long voyage, they will be with their loved ones again back in Sudan. Vast savanna stretches over East Africa. Let's now take Kenya's railroad. Nairobi, the capital of Kenya. It's the largest city in East Africa. First, we take Kenya Railways and travel from Nairobi to Mombasa, a city on the Indian Ocean. The train bound for Mombasa departs at 5 p.m. As soon as you go out of the city boundaries, you'll find yourself surrounded by a vast expanse of savanna. When the train crosses the national park, wild animals can be sighted through the windows. At 7 p.m., the sun sets slowly. And then a rhythmic sound cheers up the hearts of the first-class and second-class passengers. One of the most delightful moments on this train has come. Dinner is served. "6:30 a.m. The sun has risen, and the view outside has begun to take shape. A night in the third-class car leaves its passengers in a sort of stupor. Fortunately, today the train arrived at Mombasa with only a 20-minute delay, a rare feat in this part of the world. Mombasa is a port on the Indian Ocean. The construction of Fort Jesus was begun more than 400 years ago by the Portuguese. This Arabic facade in the old town also lets us glimpse the complex history of this island. Mombasa also has the entrance to Tswaso National Park, the largest in Kenya. various animals gather at a pond in the park. From Voi Station, which is the nearest to Tswaso National Park, a train departs twice a week for the market held on the Tanzanian border on those days. Even at 4 in the morning, the station is crowded with people lining up to buy tickets. As dawn breaks, the train departs for Taweta, a town on the Tanzanian border. The second-class cars of this Taweta-bound train have quite a luxurious decor, fully utilizing mahogany. These are the remains of the days when traveling by train was still a privilege. Suddenly, the train stops in the middle of nowhere. Then there come the Maasai. They too don't want to be left out of the market in Taweta, perhaps. A Maasai man decorates himself meticulously. Great care must be taken to maintain his appearance while on the train. Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in all Africa, is now up close. (19,340 feet high), Kilimanjaro, which means shiny mountain in Swahili, is always crowned with white snow, though it is situated almost on the equator. We are coming to the final stop, Taweta. This is where the border market is held between Kenya and Tanzania. Twice every week, people on either side of the borderline gather here with products and produce from both countries, merging into a huge market. The railroads in East Africa were built by the British back in the colonial era. The construction was started in 1896. It is said that they were met with great difficulty, since most of the tracks had to be built on the mountains by day, where lions would come to feed on the laborers by night. Again from Nairobi Station, we head west this time around. we will travel through Nakuru to Kisumu, a town on Lake Victoria. The first-class compartment, which appears to promise a comfortable ride, is quite vacant. The third-class cars, on the other hand, are full of passengers, because the train bound for Nakuru is, for the local people, a means of daily transportation. Likewise, the major part of their baggage consists of daily commodities. Some even open shop on the train. Stops on the way are also important trading opportunities. There is no reason why you shouldn't take advantage of the fresh and inexpensive fruit and vegetables at the local stations. Night falls. The train arrives at Nakuru Station late at night. As soon as the maintenance check is finished, the train is again underway. It is past midnight. Near Nakuru Station is Lake Nakuru, a popular site among birdwatchers. Due to its water rich in minerals, it provides an ideal habitat for waterfowl. Humorous and dynamic pelicans delight the bird lovers, while graceful flamingos, though more than 2 million of them once inhabited the lake, are now in decline. The sun greets the train that left Nakuru just past midnight. A huge lake fills the window. This is Lake Victoria, the largest in Africa. It's about 8.5 times as large as the state of Massachusetts. Eight hours after it left Nakuru, the train arrives at Kisumu Station. Situated on the edge of Lake Victoria, Kisumu Station literally adjoins the port. The passengers and the freight are now loaded onto a boat. The boat, in turn, carries them to the small villages around the lake, across this enormous expanse of water. Next to Kenya is Uganda, once called the Pearl of Africa by Winston Churchill, for its fertile land and relatively temperate climate. We now travel from Tororo in the east to Kasese, the westernmost station in Uganda, by the Uganda Railways. Shortly after 7 p.m., the train departs for Kampala, the capital of Uganda. Years of guerrilla war have left their mark on the trains. For example, those desperate in poverty would rip the leather off the springs of the seats so they could make handbags with it and sell them. However, these springs are rather surprisingly comfortable to sit on, though certainly not as comfortable as the piece itself the people have since regained. The train arrives at Jinja Station. Jinja has long been known for its Jinja cotton. Sewing machines are lined up on the main street with tailors busy at work. Jinja is also known as the entrance to the White Nile. Flowing out of Lake Victoria, the Nile begins its 4,000-mile journey here, heading towards the Mediterranean Sea. The train bound for Kampala, the capital of Uganda, crosses the Nile and proceeds westward. It's just about lunchtime when the train pulls into Rubanyui Station. Much to our delight, lunch is waiting right there for us. There is a whole variety of food to choose from, such as yam and steamed goat meat wrapped in banana leaf. But don't forget to bring your own plate, or you will end up drooling while watching others eat. And you have no time to ask around for one, since the train stops here for only 10 minutes. Whether your stomach is full or not, the train leaves again. While you chew on the sugarcane as dessert, buildings appear on the horizon. We are arriving at Kampala. This largest city in Uganda spreads over 7 hills, containing a population of 800,000. Kampala has a rather peculiar commuter train. Known as the cattle train, this train was literally used to transport cattle in the old days. Would you find it rather humiliating to be transported just like livestock? Well, the current situation in Uganda dictates that anything that can be used, be used. And after all, doesn't it remind us of commuter trains during the rush hours of some of the wealthiest countries? We depart Kampala Station at 5 p.m. We continue on towards Kasese, the western end on this line. What impresses us most when we travel through Uganda is the lush vegetation that we see everywhere. Uganda is blessed with a plentiful rainfall. Now soaring high in the plains, Ruwenzori, a mountain ridge more than 16,000 feet in height, unveils itself in the windows. Ruwenzori means King of the Clouds in the local language. The journey, over a distance of 350 miles, begun in Tororo, comes to an end at Kasese. The passengers who have just arrived gladly step out of the train. And they merge into the local scenery. As the finale to our journey across the African continent, let's take this luxury train in South Africa. Johannesburg, the largest city in South Africa. This city, built by the Europeans, now has African blood running in its veins. Wait a minute, are we going to see an opera now? No, this is not a theater. This is Johannesburg Station, where one of the world's most luxurious railroad trips begins. It's called the Blue Train. And here it comes. Passengers await it in great anticipation, and that for a good reason. In 1946, the Minister of Transportation at the time officially named this luxury vehicle the Blue Train. Its major route is from Pretoria through Johannesburg to Cape Town, over a distance of 994 miles in 25 hours. They proudly call it a five-star hotel on wheels. There are several different types of compartments, but each one of them is well worthy of the five-star rating. They are all air-conditioned and soundproof, and equipped with a dust-free mechanism to boot. Everything can be controlled from these switches. Even the Venetian blinds go up and down automatically. To top it all, the window panes are all lined with thin gold to prevent the strong ultraviolet light from penetrating. And this is a suite. Excuse us for a minute. Complete with a living room, a bedroom, and a bathroom, this suite takes up an entire car. The railroads of South Africa were built by the British to transport diamond, more than anything else, out of the country. Then gold followed. The discovery of a large gold mine led to a gold rush. And it certainly hasn't stopped yet. In its spacious lounge car, the passengers relish the local white wine. If the trip on this train is not good enough, at least the wine is. The sun sets. The blazing horizon begins to relinquish its color to the deepening night. While the passengers are gathered in the dining car, beds are made in each compartment. Meticulous care is taken to make them perfectly neat. Formal attire is required for dinner, just as it is at any five-star restaurant. The superb wine makes you smile almost inadvertently. Today's main dish is lamb steak, made with select domestic lamb only. Those passengers who enjoyed the informal and cheerful chatting in the lounge car during the day now savor, along with dinner and wine, relaxed conversation with style. You go back to your compartment and you find the bed ready and waiting for you. Content, the passengers let themselves be lulled to sleep by the gently swinging train. The sun rises again, and our destination is not far. The train manager visits each and every compartment in person and hands out a travel certificate to each passenger, a nice little souvenir of the day they are sure to remember for a long time. In the dining car, cleaning has already started. All of the silverware must be polished to a shine. Once Table Mountain comes into view, Cape Town Station, our final destination, is only minutes away. The 25-hour-long trip by the Blue Train has finally come to an end. Having boarded the train as strangers, the passengers now part with one another as friends. South Africa originated in Cape Town. South of this town is the Cape of Good Hope. The Cape of Good Hope, where the Atlantic Ocean meets the Indian Ocean. Let's end our journey here, in homage to all the courageous adventurers who set out to sea in the olden days.